yes I does that. What everybody trying to be now, I was that. They could never stop me, that's why I love rap. Been living the life, crazy ice. The swag, the gear, the bread, all the whips is a year ahead. I only fear the feds.
And the players getting reacquainted prior to the tip. A pretty loose atmosphere out there. It's time for some hoops at Pepsi Center, home of the Nuggets, and we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Kenneth Faried?
Well, when he came out of college, the one thing he knew with Kenneth Faried was he was going to give you a lot of hustle. Great rebounder at Morehead State, and he brought that into the league with him. He attacks the ball, he attacks the glass, plays hard on every possession.
That's just the kind of player he is. It's in his nature. He can't help but hustle after missed shots, and he's willing to battle for rebounds and loose balls with anybody. There's no backing down with Faried. And the Nuggets on friendly ground as they continue this homestand. Still early in the season, but the front office and coaching staff likes what they are seeing from this team so far. Better winning percentage than last year.
When I look at Denver, they've come out strong. I mean, sitting high atop the standings in the early going.
Hello YouTube, this is the Sim Basketball Operator reading NBA 2K14 Nuggets Association commentary. Here we are in episode 25, and this is a revenge game against the OKC Thunder, the team that knocked us out in the Western Conference Finals of last season. I believe they finished us off in 6 games, but in reality, they were just too talented, and their makeup has changed slightly. They have Chris Kaman and Anderson Barrage out in replacement of Steven Adams and Kendrick Perkins. They also picked up Jared Bayless in a trade where they gave up Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson is so much better than Jared Bayless, so that trade actually helped us out in terms of facing them. But the core players are still there: Westbrook, Ibaka, Kevin Durant, and Jeremy Lamb. Now here we go with Jared Bayless though. Beautiful crossover, shaking me out of my shoes. And there wasn't really anything Corey Joseph could do right there. Jared Bayless is one of those guys who is not that great a defender, not that great of a point guard. He's one of those guys that can heat up in with a short amount of shots, and he's kind of a really good 6th man for this team. Provides a little bit more offensive production than Reggie Jackson. And here's a nice defensive play on the very next play by Kevin Durant, leading to this nice dunk where he just punches the rim. And Kevin Durant doing what he does, adding more elements to his game each year, it seems like, and becoming the best player in the NBA. Now here comes Frazier, Michael Frazier. I'm not sure which college he's from, but he gets stripped. Corey Joseph on the break, beautiful pass to LeBron Nash, and Nash finishes with the left hand. So at the end of the first quarter, Gallinari can't get a shot off, and we still have a pretty decent lead. It's at 7 points right now. And then here we go with Ty Lawson feeding Embiid, the second-year man out of Kansas, kicking out to Levine for the 3, and Levine knocks it down. Actually, Embiid in real life is falling off a lot of the mock drafts because of his foot fracture, where he needs a couple screws put in, and it's obviously scaring a lot of teams because he already has some back problems. Fortunately for us, he hasn't had any injury problems. And ooh, look at that pass by Russell Westbrook to Chris Kaman. No look, kind of made it a lot harder than it had to be. Could have been stolen, but a beautiful pass nonetheless. But back to Embiid, actually, he's having quite a bit of problems with those injuries. I mean, it's something that I don't face in my association because actually the injuries for some reason have been turned off. Now, I might show that a little bit later, but in the association settings, the injuries are turned on, but for some reason no one's getting injured, which is a really unrealistic way to approach things, as Russell Westbrook again killing us. That backdoor cut off the inbounds play for the and-one dunk. But here's Danilo Gallinari, beautiful move, taking advantage of the mismatch for the and-one. And Gallinari really stepping into that primary scorer role that I envisioned for him at the beginning of the season. And here Ty Lawson is not going to be able to hit this jumper at the end of the first half. So we're holding our own pretty well. Got a nice 12-point lead, but the Thunder are the Thunder, and they have the ability to come back at any moment. And I'll see you in the second half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
The weekend is finally upon us, and on this Friday night, it's time for the halftime show.
So as you can see right there by the halftime statistics, we were really playing through two guys, one of them being Joel Embiid, who has a really big advantage over the defensively challenged Chris Kaman. And we're also going through Noah Gallinari. But here's some nice defense by Corey Joseph. He's going to bring it up, and no one's going to stop him. He's going to pump fake and then take it right at Kaman, finishing a nice up and under. Corey Joseph is just such a good backup point guard. I'm so glad I traded for him in Season 1. He's just really become a great defender because I got some size problems with Ty Lawson. And he's also just a great passer, and he's also developed a jump shot. So he's really developed in those respects and really developed into his role. And potentially could be a replacement point guard for Ty Lawson in the future. But look at Russell Westbrook catching the ball in the fast break and then just reversing it on my team. What a monster slam by the very athletic point guard. And I'm going to need a call timeout. So moving on here, running a pick and fade with Ryan Anderson as always, but it frees up Aaron Aflalo. Again, Corey Joseph finding his teammates for the wide open three. And here's Zach LaVine operating that point guard role, trying to get him involved a little bit. He gets it to Kenneth Faried, who finishes with the and one, and the lead is grown to 13. Now here we go, Kevin Durant driving to the hoop. We held him down pretty well in the first half, but he's still doing a nice job of drawing attention from the defense and finding open teammates like Jeremy Lamb. Now here's LaVine, again operating the pick and roll and the point guard role, and he gets a nice tough finish at the left side of the cup. And then here's Faried turning it over. We had a little bit of a problem here because I needed Faried to guard Durant, but he had to play a small forward role due to stamina, and he gets just beat right here in the transition game. Our transition defense really sucked this game. There's really no other way to describe it. But here's Embiid getting doubled again, but Faried cannot hit that jumper. And he makes a terrible decision passing it across the court. Westbrook on the steal and the finish. And the OKC Thunder are really trying to claw their way back into this game. We were in control for much of the first half and for much of the third quarter, but they're really starting to make a run. It's still a 14-point game though. Here's Westbrook missing at the end of the third quarter, and so the score going into the next quarter would be 84-72. Here's Lawson though, wide open three, can't get it to go. They're really starting to double team Embiid, forcing him to give it up, forcing him not to get as many chances as he would like. And again, that poor transition defense. Nobody picks up Kevin Durant as he just walks into the paint for the two-handed slam. Now here's Ty Lawson kicking to Gallinari, another open three, but he just cannot hit it for some reason. Perfect release and everything. And here come the Thunder. Back to KD. Beautiful bounce pass from Jeremy Lamb through three defenders. And KD gets the layup. So now it's a 10-point game. But here's a nice cut by Chris Obekpa, like 12th man on this roster. And he just throws it down with one hand. But Russell Westbrook just proving to be just a little too athletic for Corey Joseph. Pulling up on the jumper right there. Here's Gallinari just blowing the layup. I'm not sure how he did that. But here's Durant pulling up for three, and he buries it. So all of a sudden, the Thunder are right back in this game. It's a 7-point game now. But here's Ryan Anderson. Perfect play by Corey Joseph, always making that smart decision. I cannot just say enough about this guy. He just makes great decisions with the basketball, and just really nice backup point guard to have. Recommend for all of those associations in my GMs. Great block by Omar Ashik. We're on the run out, and here's Terrence Ross finishing with the right hand, extending the lead to 13, trying to slam the door on the OKC Thunder. In reality, they have a lot of momentum on their side, even on the road. Here's Russell Westbrook finding Ibaka. He can't get it, but Ibaka gets his own rebound. I don't know why no one was on those boards, but he gets it, and he narrows the lead down to 10. Now it's an 11-point game at this point, with a little bit over 2 minutes to go. And here's Russell Westbrook just spinning, killing Ty Lawson, using that size advantage right there. And then Kevin Durant off the back screen just catches it, elevates, throws it down with force, trying to get his team back into the game, and the momentum is on their side. Now a 7-point game with under 2 minutes to go. Kevin Durant coming off the down screen, knocking down the three. They're on an 11-2 run. We need to respond. It's a 4-point game. We had control, and now the Thunder are knocking on the door. But here we go, running a nice pick play, leading to Gallinari freeing up. Great find by Embiid, and Gallinari comes big in the clutch. However, his foot was on the line, and it's only going to make it a 6-point game. And after a failed position by us and a free throw by Chris Kaman, Here comes Russell Westbrook with the floater. Can't get it to go, but Fareed gets it. Can't give it up because I do not want him shooting free throws. And so he's going to go to the line. Fareed has never been a good free throw shooter. And it's very hard to improve free throw percentages in this game. And he bricks the first one. Like, for some reason cannot get his release, even though it's very simple. And he bricks the second one. Ibaka on the boards, outlet to Jeremy Lamb. The Thunder on the move. Durant to the rim. And he just mashes on Ty Lawson like it is nothing. Just showing the amazingness that is Kevin Durant right there. And all of a sudden the game is even closer, a 3-point game. We really need a big possession here. Ty Lawson getting stuck to Fareed. Tough shot, probably shouldn't have taken it. Can't get it to go. The Thunder are going to get the rebound, and they're going to call timeout right here. I decided to leave the current lineup in because I could have opted to take out Gallinari for a better defender, but I have Fareed guarding Durant this whole game, and I have Gallinari guarding Ibaka. But I need that offense on the other end because we're also struggling in that department. So 21 seconds to go. What do the Thunder have? They're going to go straight to Westbrook. He's not going to look for Durant at all. Going to give it down to Chris Kaman, who finds Ibaka backdoor. And it makes it a 1-point game with 12 seconds to go. Outlet to Ty Lawson. Lawson up the court. Going to draw the foul, but that happens to be Westbrook's 6th foul. What a key moment for this game. He had 4 fouls entering the fourth quarter, which is a decent amount. And then what happened was that he had 2 intentional fouls. He was the guy that got Fareed, and now he gets Lawson. And he wasn't really thinking there because the Thunder really need him. They bring in Jared Bayless, who probably can make up the offense, but maybe not so much in the other aspects, as Ty Lawson drills both free throws. 3 points to go. No threes allowed, but I played terrible defense. And Jared Bayless knocks down the 3, capping off a 19-6 run. 110 to 110. Both teams had knotted up somehow, some way. The OKC Thunder have come back. This is like my worst nightmare. I wanted to just blow them out of the building. I just make a statement game going into for the rest of the season and for the playoffs. And now here I'm going to call an inbounds play. Now I don't really do this often because usually they just have a play for me to hold up after timeouts and out of bounds situations. But here we go. I'm going to ask for Ty Lawson to take the last shot. Terrence Ross inbound it. And I want a mid-range shot. That way he has the option to drive to the basket. And so I thought I confirmed it, but apparently I didn't, because what's going to happen here is that I knew it was what happened when everyone's standing around. Ryan Anderson inbounds, but I do a quick inbound Ty Lawson, driving to the hoop, but unfortunately nothing can happen. I get stripped. We are going into overtime, and because this game was so exciting and it was so long, I'm going to have the overtime in another video coming out in a couple of days, so stay tuned for that. A heartbreaking collapse, and we're going to have to see if we can hold up against the OKC Thunder, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Thanks.